Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is well. Today I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to my red flags. This time obviously focusing on the green flags in a relationship and what to look for in a man when considering a beautiful long-term companionship. A lot of guys were messaging me before, Meets, you done us dirty, we have good points. I know. I always did intend to do this video, but I just couldn't fit it in the last one. It would have been too long, it would have been like an hour, no one wants to see that. But yes, it is also very important to vet not only the red flags, which we tend to focus a lot on, but also focus on the behaviors and traits in a man that make him a good companion for you. So without further ado, let us get into it. Okay, point number one, it's effortless. When he wants to be with you, he'll make it known. It won't feel like any sort of guesswork. And you'll just know because he shows it with his actions, with his words. Just listen to your truth and listen to your intuition, girl. My second point, and although it might seem obvious, you'll be surprised, communication. I've seen relationships where either one, the other, or both didn't have any, and I mean any, positive communication skills. And let me tell you, it was a tough, long road. Personally, I expect the men that I date or have dated to have, basic communication skills. To be able to calmly express their thoughts and work together through a tense situation without acting like, like children. That is so important. We all get better with time. It doesn't mean we're always going to be perfect. Occasionally you're going to have moments where you probably fly off the handle. But someone who refuses to communicate in a healthy and constructive way isn't worth anyone's time, in my opinion. That moves me on to my next point. Someone who understands and again communicates your love language. This will help you feel loved, you'll feel appreciated. Everyone has their own love language, and even if the two of yours doesn't match, if they can understand the way you feel and the way you receive love, if affections match, it shows that he's taken the time and consideration to get to know that side of you. It shows that he cares about you and he wants to keep you happy. Number three, he takes care of himself and has healthy habits. This is a good sign. A man who takes care of his appearance, contributes to his overall well-being, has good hygiene. To me, having someone who takes care of themselves shows me that they love and they value themselves. And as the saying goes, you can't love somebody to their full potential if you don't love yourself. Strong friendship. Being friends does more for the long-term survival of a couple than anything else. I mean, take physical attraction. While I believe that certainly it's part of a good relationship, absolutely, I'm not denying that, you can't form a strong bond with someone on looks alone. There's obviously, hopefully a lot more to a person than appearance. If you don't like their personality, if you can't hold a conversation with them, or have vastly different values, your relationship most likely won't last no matter how beautiful, how attractive you find them. It just won't work. So for a relationship to succeed, you and your significant other, you need to connect on more levels than one. So it's important to remember that they're not just your partner, they're meant to be your friends. You're meant to have that friendship. So for me, if I can find that someone where we can support each other, where we can love each other and be there for one another as I would my friend, then to me that's a good green flag. Next point, political affiliations. I'm not talking politics, who they support in terms of party-wise, although to be honest, that might be important. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm speaking on terms of, I need to know how they feel about things going on in the world, real life things, and make sure that we're on similar mind frames. What do they feel about education? How do they feel about women and their rights in society? General views on things that are going on in the world and in society, how do they feel about that? How woke are they? Are they open-minded? Or are they quite ignorant? Are our views, if If they're not the same, are they compatible? Can we have conversations with intellectual substance? Can I learn and grow from this man? There's just so many questions in this one point. But yes, I think it's important to be with someone who is aligned with your values. This next one though. Other women being attracted to him. Huh? Okay, I know it sounds funny, but think about it this way. It's called pre-selection. We want what other women have, and we trust other women's judgment for whatever the reason, good or bad. But that is a good quality in terms of vetting. If multiple women think that this man is a good man, that is a good sign. Of course, you still have to use your own judgment, but it is a good angle to start from. If no woman wants this man and he's been overlooked, there's probably an issue there. There's probably something wrong. However, like I said in my last video, he has to handle the attention from other women respectively. A man who has his own interests, business, goals, hobbies, his own sense of identity, he has a full life. This man won't be stuck to you and only what is going on in your life. He isn't needy or clingy. He has his own interests. He is well-rounded. Of course, you'll find things in common that you enjoy doing together. That's good, that's natural. But both of y'all should have your separate interests and respect each other's individualism. And he's also supportive of your interests and your visions. Financially generous and secure. Okay. A guy who uses his money to dote on you shows that he is invested in you. Regardless of his income brackets, I'm not saying that, you know, he has to be a billionaire. And even if he is a billionaire, men do not like to spend money on something that they do not see value in. That is the truth. So as I mentioned previously before, if a man is constantly trying to see you for free, i.e. I didn't even want to go there because it's just not high value, but Netflix and chill, constantly offering to bring you to his house to cook you dinner, or even offering you to cook him dinner at your place, anything that's free or costs little to nothing, this man most likely wants to hit it, quit it with as little effort as possible. So if a man, if he's treating you how he would his dream girl, which, you know, he'd want to impress, taking you to places where you can enjoy experiences together and enjoy yourselves, well then this is a good sign, and also a good sign of how he values you. Staying on the topic of money, a man that is financially secure. I don't think it's unreasonable to want a man who's financially secure. I don't. Someone who invests time and effort into their security is someone who has a level of maturity that is ideal for a successful long-term relationship. Of course, the age of the man factors into this as well. So be realistic about what stage of life this man is at, this man that you're considering as your partner. Money, it is a touchy subject for a lot of people, and having or not having money can change a person's personality as it directly influences their stress levels, confidence, quality of life, and ability to sustain themselves. Men who aren't financially secure, they tend to be quite nearsighted because accomplishing their short-term goals takes up a lot of their mental forefront. They may be able to envision or hope for the future, but much of their focus has to remain on their day-to-day living and being able to afford their monthly expenses. So if a man, if he got his shit together, that shows a lot. Green flag. In addition, as women, it's very important for us to consider the financial security and potential of our partner, because we want to give, you know, our future children the best chance of not having to be raised in poverty. Let's be honest, children, they're very expensive to raise, care for, and provide for. So vet their levels of ambition and their levels of comfort. And if that is set, green flag. healthy and stable relationships in his life. Shows how he is compatible and how he engages with the people in his life, how he sustains his relationships, whether that be his friends, his family, his colleagues, even the way he treats animals. That shows his character. In particular, I take high regard in the way a man treats his mother. If a man is close to his mother and looks after her well, it displays to me that he respects women and that he'll most likely be a good husband. It shows that he's family orientated. If you want kids, see how he acts around kids. If he's at ease with children and makes efforts when he's around them, then that's a good green flag. Which kind of goes into my next point, genuinely treating people well. Manners. Is he kind and respectful to others around him regardless? Does he treat elderly people with respect and not disdain? Watch how he treats people when you go out with him. Is he courteous to the waiter at the restaurant, or is he quite belittling? Look to see how they treat others that they have nothing to gain from. A sense of humor. I find this highly desirable. You know, someone I can laugh with and doesn't take themselves too seriously. A mean sense of humor, or someone that's overly sarcastic, not in a dry sense of like British sense of humor, but you know, someone who's quite rude, usually means that they're a bit pessimistic, in my opinion. That's what I found. A man who reacts to a joke with anger, unless, you know, it's generally making fun or taking the piss out of him and he has reason to be, that's quite telling as well. I find that I'm attracted to the kind of man that can dish out a joke just as well as he can take it. You've got to be able to laugh at yourself. You've got to be able to have that banter with your partner. Next point, someone who is responsive to your needs and the problems that you bring him. Yes, this is a busy man with his own things going on, but he's still responsive to your needs. Doesn't put you last or make you feel like you're bothering him. The balance is a must for a long relationship where you feel taken care of. He treats you with kindness and he has patience. And my last of my 15 points, guys, he's future orientated and has long-term plans in place that include you. He plans dates instead of playing the I don't know, whatever you want to do game. Of course, at the beginning or early stages of a relationship, you may not be talking about planning a whole life together as of yet. But you can grasp if he's long-term material by his goals. Does he want to get married? Does he want children? As the relationship moves on, if he is interested in the future with you, he'll make plans for the future. Even if it's a 6-month holiday booked in advance, that's a sign of commitment. That man, he ain't going anywhere. He's not planning to go anywhere. That's a green flag. Okay guys, so those are my 15 green flags. It's also easier to recognize, evaluate and appreciate desirable traits in others when you have those within yourself. It's less about whether a specific man passes every test and more a way to begin thinking about vetting. Women need to learn to think through what actions say about a man's character. Intuition and feelings, they're very important, and I always say to trust your intuition, but they do need to be supplemented with some rational consideration. There isn't an easy checklist for this. Every woman is different. You know, some of my points, they may relate to some women, other women may not agree. Everyone's different. These are just my personal preferences that I hope that people can relate to somewhat and take what they need from it. But it comes down to what his behaviors say about him, what that means to you, and of course what you're looking for and what you desire. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Take care, see you soon.